Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium the President of the European Parliament, Mr. Martin Schulz.
President of the Czech Republic, President of Bulgaria, dear colleagues, Chairman and Presidents of the Parliaments present here, dear President Cantor, dear colleague Edelstein, ladies and gentlemen, my collaborators had prepared a wonderful speech for me, but I will not hold that speech. I'm deeply moved. The music, but also the performance as a whole, the pictures we saw, is for me as a high-ranking representative of the Federal Republic of Germany, having the honor and the privilege to chair the multinational, multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multicultural, unique Parliament of the European Union. I'm deeply moved as a representative who has that privilege to speak on behalf of the representatives of 508 million Europeans, citizens belonging today to the European Union, 70 years after the liberation of Auschwitz and Theresienstadt and other extermination camps, and being a German. Let's be honest, this is historically a miracle, and it is a gift, a precious gift, not only for me personally, for us. And therefore, I will not hold that speech. A speech expressing a lot of commitments. I will reduce all these commitments my advisors suggested to me to present here to few of them. First of all, the survivors who are here. I want to address you, the last witnesses of the horror we just saw. You can be sure there will always be people fighting for your legacy, and the legacy of the survivors is do everything to guarantee never more. This is our duty of today, and we give you that guarantee. I want to add another element. And if you allow, I tell two stories. Experiences in my time, in my term as President of the European Parliament. I had the privilege to meet a man who was, as a young boy, 10 years old, the young son of a Jewish family of Berlin, as he told me, kicked with a foot kick out of Germany in my constituency in Aachen. The family had the privilege to leave in 1938. They could escape. Only his parents, he and his brothers and sisters, not the rest of the family. But he and his family could escape. And at the station in my constituency, they stopped the SS, the train, and forced the family to open the suitcases and took the last precious things out of them. And then they kicked him out of the country, 10 years old. But 28 years later, he became the deputy state prosecutor of Israel, Justice Gabriel Bach, who brought the man who organized that crime amongst others, but who was in a key position to organize the extermination, Adolf Eichmann, to jail. For me, this is the proof that justice is existing in the world, that a 10-year-old boy of a Jewish family of Berlin, kicked out with a foot kick, could bring that criminal to jail, is a proof justice is existing in the world. And the other history, I had the privilege to assist to the commemoration of the liberation of the Warsaw Ghetto, and one of the survivors, Simcha Rosen, today living in Israel, one of the last heroes of the resistance of the Warsaw Ghetto. He told in his speech a story I will never forget. He said, I could escape via a tube, and at the end of the tube stood a Polish couple. They saw me. And for a second I asked, what's now? And this couple, a Catholic couple, as he told, took him with them at home and hid them in their apartment. And so he survived. And Simcha Rosen, a hero, a survivor of this wonderful resistance against the SS, raised in Warsaw 2 years ago the following question. He said, I asked myself often if I myself would have been so courageous the couple was. This was a wonderful moment for all of us. A man we all admired raised the key question. Are we so courageous? And that's my conclusion of today for all of us. We here in this prestigious room, the high-ranking representatives of our parliaments, of our societies, of our parties, of our countries. The question we have to raise is not that we are courageous to address such an audience. That's easy. It is like the President of the Czech Republic, well justified, said, are we courageous to the appropriated moment? Don't have any illusion, all of you here in the room. You like me, if this Nazi gang would have power today, you all would end in a concentration camp. That's for sure. Because we here are representing tolerance, mutual respect, freedom of speech, fight against anti-Semitism, respect for other nations and religions, beliefs, and respect for the non-believers, freedom of press, freedom of research in universities. This is what an open-minded society is representing. We are the representatives, and this is what we represent, the opposite of this criminal ideology. Don't have any illusion. You would be also a target, all of you, all of us. Like, for example, the former French Prime Minister Léon Blum, who was all that years in Buchenwald, like the famous writer Jorge Semprún described in his books. What does it mean? We are strong, we have power, we have influence, and this obliges us with our power, with our possibilities, with our strength, with our force we have in daily life, every second to stand up when the evil is appearing and to say, not with us. This is our duty, not in such a ceremony, also in such a ceremony to announce it, but to do it every day in our parliaments, in our daily life, on the streets, wherever anti-Semitism, racism, xenophobia, and whatever kind of fascist style arise and appears, we must stand up and say, not with us. This is the best way to give an example to our children and their children in this sense. Thank you very much for the ceremony.